Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, October 4th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is harmony comes when I take time to notice and be guided by the vibes. Speaking of vibes, my plant has decided to encroach on this space. So I think the plant is trying to tell me that it needs a bigger pot because it is just gotten very large. So notice my plant and the unfurling beautiful leaf that is wanting to be in the scope. All right, so it's part of the vibes, right? We're tuning into the vibes. We're going from a Grand Trine Earth Day, which was Monday, to a Grand Trine Air Day. Now, none of the air is going to be like exact degrees, but we got some pretty strong air energy going on. As I look at this chart, we've got in Aquarius, the moon moving into Aquarius relatively early in the day, early in the morning, 3:20 a.m. Pacific time. Moon into Aquarius, which is definitely going to heighten the mental, electrical vibes. We've got Saturn hanging out in Aquarius. In Libra, we have Venus and the Sun, and then rounding it out in Gemini, we have Mars. So like I said, none of this is going to be exactly like exact degree trine, and yet it is breezy. You are going to feel the breeze. And yet, as we are moving through an 11-degree day, we're reminded, oh, what is it? You're like a weather antenna, or maybe even, I can't get what the word is. But you're like, you're feeling the weather. You're a weather antenna. We're just going to use that. You're feeling the wind. You're able to capture the density, the speed of the wind, like what's going on. The wind has information. The wind is whispering to you. Today is a day to listen to the vibes. I always like to liken all of the air signs to various forms of antennas. So I think we're all kind of big antennas of some sort walking around. Today our antennas are amplified. Image that I just got, some people will put like rabbit ears on a TV long time ago. Some of you may not actually remember that, but my dad used to actually have a gigantic antenna on top of our house. My parents were never into getting cable. They were like, we'll just pick it up via antenna. So it's like that. We've got the rabbit ears on, we've got the giant antenna, and then we've actually thrown a satellite dish on top of that. That's kind of all of us walking around today. Recognize you are picking up so much, and the information that we're picking up, we can dismiss it, and I think so often we do, and yet the vibrational nature of what's going on around us can give us so much information. So today is a day to listen. Recognize that tuning into this can be healing as you recognize what is aligned for you and what is not. Sun at 11 degrees Libra is saying, hey, healing for you happens on this level, on this harmonious level, when you're listening. If the vibe is not matching you, it's okay to leave. Now, if a vibe isn't matching you, does it mean it's bad? Does it mean it's not healing for you? Not necessarily. Sometimes you even have healing to do around that vibe. Sometimes people will be so joyous and you're like, I'm not a match. And it's okay. Nor should you force yourself. When you're forcing yourself to be joyful, I don't think forced joy generally works. There's the occasional time that it taps into some hidden joy within yourself, but it's recognizing, okay, I'm not here. Maybe I have to go sort out that which is blocking me. Be aware of these energies so you can find your own alignment, so you can find your own harmony as we move through the day. So as we move through the day, speaking of you, we're going to have the moon in Aquarius meeting up with Jupiter in Aries to start the day. This energy, fire and air together, can quickly become like a forest fire, right? So if your vibes are aggro, which Jupiter in Aries can sometimes bring that aggro vibe, be aware of that, because that aggro vibe can also set the stage for everybody else, those who are not aware, right? My mom used to say it's the whirlpool effect. When one person's feeling grouchy and puts it out there, then it's really easy to move into that. And that's why it's okay to protect your vibration. It's okay to move into a different alignment. But we are kicking it off with that. Now, what Jupiter in Aries is reminding us in this case, though, is, hey, who you are is important. And that even means if you are feeling grumpy, if you're feeling the feels, whatever, you're allowed to that, right? You're allowed to be in that energy. But just be aware of it so that it maybe doesn't spread like a forest fire. Moon, moving on. Hi, Mahalo. Everybody just wants to encroach on this video. We've got plants. We've got catties. Here's little Malls who wants to sit on me. Who knows what else will join us. So Moon moves on to connect to Venus in the afternoon. That actually feels much better, that connection with Venus. I think by that time we've sorted ourselves out and we may be actually ready to connect. The combination of Libra and Aquarius is like, let's get out there. Who can we meet? What vibes can we affect? What vibes can we be affected by? Like in a positive, happy way. So that's actually really lovely. Lovely afternoon. And then the sun. The sun and the moon connect later in the evening. Now again, this energy can get very talky, very mental monkey with all this energy. So sun and moon connecting later in the evening may bring up a lot in your mind. This might be one of those nights to get out your journal and brain dump, just so that all the things that your mind has to say does not keep you up all night long. Top of the cards is consciousness. So definitely awareness. It's the Ace of Swords. So it's definitely strong mental energy for today. Right under it is being aware. Hey, in your mind, what does need to go at this time? What are you holding on to that may be whirlpooling you, right? Our mind can, it's not even that we have to do this to somebody else or somebody else doing it to us. Sometimes we just do it to ourselves. So having that awareness. And then we have the Master. So again, the awareness, the consciousness, this is a master process, and it is a master day with the sun at 11 degrees and the moon, I believe, meeting up with the sun at 11 degrees in the evening. Creator card. Here's our fire energy. Creator card's in reverse. And so again, being aware that the power that we wield, the power that we yield in the world, we finally end up with a little bit of laziness. So this could be, you know, with all of the energetics moving around, I feel like by the end of the day we're like, whew, bushed. But that's the word that came through. It was bushed. I think that, isn't that like what they say in like Australia? I'm bushed. I don't know. I don't hear that a lot, but that's how it came through. So we're worn out from all that mental cycling, mental processing, but to let yourself fully be able to relax, you may need to get that out. So do keep that in mind. Eclipse readings available. I'm also, I think, going to be looking a little bit at Mars. This Mars retrograde in these eclipse readings, just where Gemini is, if it's running over anything, because I think that's an important part of this October. So just keep that in mind. I'm beginning those starting Wednesday, so incoming. Email me for that or any other reading. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.